Maya had always been curious, right? She liked things that were strange, things that others would walk past without a second glance. But this? This was different. She stood in the middle of an old, dusty shop, the air heavy with the scent of time. It was tucked away in a narrow alley, one of those places you'd never find unless you were looking for it. And today, she wasn't looking for anything. She wasn't searching for an antique or a story, but something caught her eye. A mirror. No, not just a mirror. This mirror. The frame was dark, twisted. Was it carved? It looked so ancient. It hummed almost as though it had been waiting. But waiting for whom? Her? Could it really be calling to her? She could feel her heart rate pick up, and she wasn't the kind of person to believe in superstition. Number, of course not. Not for sale, the shopkeeper muttered, his eyes sharp and full of something unspoken. That mirror's cursed. You don't want it. Maya smirked. Cursed? Really? She laughed it off. Anymore. It wasn't just a mirror anymore, was it? The room behind her in the mirror was wrong, different. Shadows stretched too long. Furniture didn't look like her furniture. Was she imagining it? Was she losing her mind? Maya stared at her own reflection. Her own reflection? Was that her? The pale skin? The hollow eyes? Why did she look so empty? What had happened to her? Was she fading? Was she becoming him? Her heart raced. Maya? Lily's voice broke through the fog in her mind. Her sister. Maya, you look pale. You're not yourself. Maya smiled weakly, forcing herself to focus. I'm fine, Lil. Really? But she wasn't fine. She wasn't fine at all. The figure in the mirror was closer now. It was almost smiling. And the tapping? It was louder, more insistent, more real. It wasn't just in her head anymore, was it? Chapter 3. The warning Maya couldn't take it anymore. Desperation clawed at her, her sanity unraveling. She had to go back. She had to find answers. She rushed to the antique shop, her footsteps echoing in the empty street. When she arrived, it was dark. Too dark. Where was he? The shopkeeper. He appeared from the shadows, his face pale like he knew she was coming. You came back, he said softly. His voice was filled with something. Regret? She needed to know, needed answers. What was happening to her? Please, her voice cracked. The mirror. It's changing me. It's changing everything. There's a man. He's in the reflection. And he's not just a reflection. He's real. He's trying to... What is happening to me? The shopkeeper's gaze softened, almost pitying. It's too late now. She felt a chill settle in her bones. The mirror. He paused, as if gathering his thoughts. It traps souls. It feeds on fear. And once you have it, you're bound to it. The more you fear it, the stronger it becomes. The reflection. It's not just a reflection. It's real. His words hit her like a slap. What does that mean? How do I stop it? She could barely breathe, her chest heavy. She felt like she was suffocating. He gave her a grim look. The only way to break the curse is to pass it on. You must give the mirror to someone else. But be warned, it will never leave you. Not really. What do you mean it won't leave? What do you mean it will follow me? Her mind raced. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't do that. She couldn't hurt someone else, but could she really live with it? Could she live like this forever? She left the shop in a daze, clutching the mirror like it was her last lifeline. She had to get rid of it. She had to. But who could she give it to? Who could she pass this curse to? The figure in the reflection. He was there, wasn't he? Always watching, waiting. His smile never left. Her world was crumbling. She couldn't breathe. She was suffocating. What was real? What was in her head? What was he? The figure in the mirror, was he becoming her? Was she becoming him? She had to make it stop. She had to. She couldn't lose herself, could she? But when she saw the young couple walking down the street smiling, unaware, she pressed the mirror into their hands. Take it. Her heart shattered. What have I done? They smiled, naive, unsuspecting. They didn't know. They didn't understand. Maya turned and walked away, her heart thudding painfully in her chest. But the tapping followed her. It would always follow her. She heard it, faint at first, then louder. Closer. It was still coming, and she couldn't outrun it. Could she? Somewhere in the distance, the tapping never stopped. And she knew. She always knew. It wasn't just the mirror. It was her. Always.